So in this video, I'm going to be continuing the series I've been doing over the past couple videos where I've been taking every single Pokemon and renaming them. And in this video, I am on Gen 7 by this point, which is just primarily the Alola region with Sun and Moon and all that. And that starts with Rowlet, which I renamed to Bow Owl, combining bow and owl, because it's an owl with a bow, obviously. Dartrix is Formal, combining formal and owl. And Decidueye is Archoot, combining archer, because it's an archer, with shoot, like an archer does with their bow, and then also hoot, which is the sound an owl makes. Litten is Caton, combining catch and on, as in the phrase or term catch on fire, because, you know, it's fire type, but then I got rid of some of the letters to make it sound like cat, because it's a cat. Torracat is Figer, combining fire and tiger, and then Incineroar is Ringurno. And to get this name, I was thinking, okay, he's a fire type and he's a wrestler, so what word can I use to relate those two? And I thought of ring, because there's like a wrestling ring, but there's also like the rings of Dante's Inferno or whatever, so ring and Inferno get Ringurno. And then Poplio is Sealival, combining seal and carnival, because it kind of looks like a clown and it's a seal. Brionne is Mercy, combining mermaid and sea, but then you kind of get the word mercy out of there, but just spelled differently. The word mercy has no significance in it, but it sounds like that. Anyway, Primarina is Sealaria, combining seal and area. I don't even know what area means. I just saw it on one of the Primarina cards from the TCG, and I assume it has something to do with Primarina. I think it's some kind of song or something, but yeah, I thought it sounded cool, so there it is. Pikipek is Peckard, combining woodpecker and bird. Trumbeak is Tropperch, combining tropical and perch. And then Toucanon is Beakarge, combining beak and charge. Yungoos is Mongrowl, combining mongoose, because I believe that's what it's based on, with growl. And then Gumshoos is Mungout, combining mongoose and stakeout. Stakeout, that's an ability it has, and also in the dex it's called the stakeout Pokemon. Grubbin is Stamini, combining stag, like a stag beetle, and mini. And then Charjabug is Bubus, combining bug and bus, because it kind of looks like a school bus, or just a bus, or that's what everyone used to say when it came out. Vikavolt is Lazaw, combining laser, like it's an electric type, so I was just thinking of that. And then Saw, because its jaws kind of look like that, and I think there's like a saw stag beetle, I believe it's called. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but it's in Animal Crossing, so yeah. Anyway, Crabrawler is Crustuff, combining crustacean and tough. And then Crabominable is Yeticross, combining Yeti or Yeti crab, because that's what it's based on, with cross, which in this context is like when you cross someone or fight them. Oricorio is Dansavia, combining dance and avian, which refers to birds. And Cutify is BB, which is just bee and baby, because it's like a small bee. And then Ribombee is Fairbee, which is essentially just the word fairy, but with a bee in there to make it like the animal bee. And then Rockruff is Puppy, combining puppy and peat. Now, of course, peat is like dirt, so that kind of implies a ground type, but it's a rock type. But, I mean, it kind of works, the name. It sounds good, at least. And then Lycanroc is Fulmacrag, combining crag, which is like a cliff or part of a mountain. And then the Fulmo comes from full moon, because it's like a werewolf. And then Wishy-Washy is Scoofish, which is just school and fish put together. Marini is Thorn, combining starfish and thorn, because it's based on this animal called a crown of thorns starfish. And then Toxapex is Viscrown, taking the crown from that animal, crown of thorns starfish. And then Viscous, because it's like a poison type, and I guess Viscous kind of refers to poison, or not really, but it can. Anyway, Mudbray is Doncliffe, taking donkey and cliff. And then Mudsdale is Soilian, taking soil and stallion. Dewpider is Gnawbub. I got that from astronaut for the knot, or the gnaw part, just because it kind of looks like it has like an astronaut helmet on. And then Bub, because of the bubble. And then Araquanid is Taranthian, combining tarantula and amphibian. Not amphibian as in like the actual type of animal, but amphibian as in something that can be on water or land. Fomantis is Orchop, combining orchid, like an orchid mantis, which is what it's based on, and then Chop. And then Lurantis is Flower Orchid, combining orchid and flower. Morlul is Mishroom, combining Mystic, because it's like a fairy type. And then Shroom, or Mushroom. And then Shiinotic is Shroomin, combining Mushroom and Lumen. Like, I believe that's what you measure light in. And I was just thinking, I'm pretty sure it's like a bioluminescent mushroom, that's kind of what it is. And then Salanda is Venomander, combining Venom and Salamander, and Salazzle is Corrosal, combining Corrosive and Salamander for the Sal part at the end. Stuffle is Pandeer, combining Red Panda. I don't know if it's actually based on that, but it looks like one kind of. And then Deer, just because it's like, I don't know, you might hold it dear. If that makes any sense, because it's cute. I really don't know what to name this. Like, Stuffle just kind of feels useless in my opinion. But Beware, I named Bembrace, combining Bear and Embrace, because it like hugs things. And then Bounsweet is, well, for this line, the whole Bounsweet line, I learned that it's based on something called a mangosteen, which is this one fruit. So for most of their names, I just took that word, mangosteen. So Bounsweet, I just shortened it, took some of the letters out, turned it into Matee, and then Steenie, I added a few letters back and made it Mustine, and for Serena, I called it Moquin, combining that mangosteen word with queen, because it's supposed to be like a queen, but then I got rid of one of the E's in queen to give it sort of a, I guess a Vespiquen treatment, because it has queen in its name without an E. Anyway, Comfy is Flolay, combining flower and lay, because that's like the headpiece it's based on. And then Oranguru is Oracle, combining orangutan and oracle. Passimian is Sporticky, combining sport and monkey. Wimpod is Warfraid, combining Warfroach and afraid. I don't know if Wimpod's actually based on a Warfroach. I just know Warfroaches from Animal Crossing, and they kind of look like it, so yeah. Golisopod is Isopalok, combining Isopod, or a giant Isopod, which I'm pretty sure it's what it's based off of, especially since Isopod is in its normal name, and the Pala comes from Paladin, because I just kind of thought of like a big, strong thing. Sandygast is Castle, combining Castle with Soul, because it's like a sand castle, but it's a ghost type. And then to build off of that, Palisand is Sandcastle. And I know this just sounds like castle and sand castle, but took some of the letters out. That's kind of a Pokemon thing to do for naming, so Sandcastle. Pyukumuku is Kukin, combining cucumber or sea cucumber with innards, because they spit their innards out or something, or at least Pyukumuku does. And then Type Null I changed to Divinity, because I was trying to keep like the whole, like, not an actual animal name thing, but like kind of a, like an object name, I guess, because Type Null, obviously that's not something you would really name an animal, because Type Null is like a, I forget the lore, it's like they were trying to recreate Arceus or something, but keeping that in mind, I just took the name I gave Arceus in my Sinnoh video, which was Divinixie, combining Divinity and Galaxy, and I just called Type Null Divinity to show that it was supposed to be, like, based on Arceus, and it was kind of man-made, I guess. Well, I don't know if it was really man-made, but, like, they tempered with it. Anyway, Silvally is Freeation, combining free and creation, because it's just Type Null, but set free. And then Minior is Comastar, combining comet and shooting star. Kamala is Yucca Snooze, combining eucalyptus and snooze. Turtonator is Motasplode, combining Mata Mata, which is the type of turtle it's based on, then explode. Togedemaru is Ryukute. I believe there's this thing called like the Ryukyu mouse or something, which I think is what Togedemaru is based on, so I took that and just added the word cute to the end, because I guess it's cute. I mean, I wouldn't call it cute, but someone would. And also the Ute comes from Electrocute, because it's an electric type. Mimikyu is Pika-Hoo. I didn't really know what to name this one, but Pika-Hoo kind of works, because it's like trying to be Pikachu, but it's like who is under it, I guess. Bruxish is Humugly, which combines Humu. Okay, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. It's this huge name for this one fish that it's based on, and then I just added the word ugly to it, because, yeah, it's not a very good-looking Pokemon. Drampa is Searchy, combining serpent, like the type of dragon, not like a snake, but like a serpentine dragon, I guess, and then Chi, which is just like, I think some kind of Chinese dragon that has a long body like Drampa does. Delmise is derelisk, meaning derelict, which I believe refers to like a shipwreck or just some ship thing that is left behind and like sunken at the bottom of the ocean. And then the S part comes from possess, because it's possessed, because it's a ghost type. Jangmo is Scalator, combining scale and monitor lizard. And then Hakamoto is Armodo, combining Komodo dragon, which is what the line is based on, I think. And then armor, because it has the strong scales, I guess. And then Komodo is Gladimoto, combining gladiator, and then Komodo dragon. I guess I kind of just got gladiator from the fact that it looks like a cool, strong, armored guy, like a gladiator, I guess. But it's not based on one, or at least I don't think it is, but that's where I got that from anyway. Tapu Koko, for the whole Tapu's thing, I changed Tapu to Demi, just to be like demigod, because they're all kind of deities. So for Koko, I changed it from Tapu Koko to Demi Manu, and Manu comes from bird in Hawaiian, or at least that's what Google Translate said. Tapu Lele is Demi Lani. Lani is sky in Hawaiian. I was gonna do butterfly in Hawaiian, but I realized that's what Lele is already. Bulu is Demi Bipe, which is cow in Hawaiian, and then Tapu Fini is Demi Ia, which is fish in Hawaiian, or the Ia part is, the Demi just refers to demigod, as I said. Cosmog is Demebula, combining nebula, because that's what it's based on, and then Dimension, because it's like from another world or whatever, and then Cosmoem is Neutrons, combining neutron star, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a neutron star because of how heavy it is, and then dense, because it's very dense. Solgaleo is Laurora, and this might be the most complex one in the video. The La comes from La, which is sun in Hawaiian, and then the Rora part is a combination of roar, because it's a lion, and then aurora. Not aurora as in aurora borealis, but aurora as in, I didn't even know this until now, apparently aurora also refers to like the first light you see in the morning when the sun starts to rise. And you know, it's the sun Pokemon, so that makes sense. And then Lunala is just as complicated, it's Epoumbra. So the Epo part comes from Po, which means moon in Hawaiian, but then I added the E to make it sound like Epo, which is, that's not a word obviously, but it rhymes with echo, like echolocation, which is what bats use, and I said it was a sound, but it's not a sound that bats make, it's just the thing they use to navigate, I guess. Anyway, the end part, Umbra, that just refers to the moon, I believe that's like the shadow of the moon. Nihilego is Parasquid, combining parasite and squid. Buzzwole is Mosquito, combining muscle, or muscular, and mosquito. Pheromosa is Elegoach, combining elegant and roach. Xurkitree is Thunwire, combining thunder and wire. Celesteela is Astroject, combining astral with trajectory and also projectile. Kartana is Origlaive, combining origami with glaive, which is this one type of bladed weapon, I believe. And then Guzzlord is Devorath, combining devour and wrath. And I'm just gonna admit here, I didn't really want to rename the Ultra Beasts. I kind of just wanted to give them like cool scientific, or not scientific, but like code names that are just normal words, because I couldn't really think of anything good for most of them, but I just came up with some silly stuff for them anyway. Stakateka is Forteast, combining fort and beast, and then Blacephalon is Clownesium, combining clown and magnesium. Magnesium, I picked that word just because, you know, it's based on fireworks, and fireworks sometimes use magnesium to make them blow up, or have color, I guess. Zeraora is Plascane, which combines plasma with this one Hawaiian deity thing that is supposed to be like the god of lightning or thunder, and I believe that's what Zeraora has some inspiration from. And then lastly, Meltan is Gallinut, combining gallium, because that's like what its body is kind of made of, liquid metal, and then nut, because that's what its head is, or is that I think that's called a nut. Anyway, Melmetal is Galliord, combining gallium, which is like a liquid metal, or it's this one metal that's liquid at room temperature, and that's what its body looks like. And then Lord, because it's like Lord of the Miltans, kind of, because it's made up of a bunch of them. Anyway, yeah, that's Gen 7, which leaves only Gen 8 and 9 left. I was gonna wait till Tuesday, or just wait a couple more days to put this video up, but I kind of wanted to like speed up the process to get these out faster, because I've been doing them for a while now. But I want to keep doing them until the end, so yeah, I'll keep going. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching this one, and I'll have one for Galar, Gen 8, all that stuff, Legend of Arceus, all those Pokemon, eventually, probably by Tuesday. Yeah, so thanks for watching this.